Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to a rainy ATS day. We are driving today in Utah, making our way north to Logan, one step closer to Idaho. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Idaho yet. I know some people have already, but I'm not one of the lucky ones. Hopefully it will come in the very near future, but I'll share more details on that as we go. So in the meantime, let's go and enjoy the nice views in Utah, because there are some sites here which I haven't been to yet. So let's go through those ones right here. And I will tell you honestly, this is the second time I have driven through these roads today, because I was doing my recording and apparently the recording just stopped out of nowhere. So I was talking to myself and it was not getting recorded. Oh my goodness, I hate it. But that's okay. I can the memory is still a bit fresh, so I can still talk. But my goodness, when I was reviewing the footage, like what footage? It was only able to capture the intro, and after that it stopped. I think I accidentally pressed the wrong button and I didn't see what was happening. So now I'm really checking, and yes, it is recording. So hopefully this will reach you guys. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not part of the cool kids club. I don't have Idaho yet. I'm hoping that I get it soon. I did get in touch with the SCS guys, and they have confirmed to me that I will be getting it a few days in advance of the early access or of the full release. I'm just not sure which day exactly I will be getting it, so we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, we have plenty of roads to discover, plenty of discussions to have. Before I go into the Idaho specific discussions, I'd like to take a moment to enjoy the weather that we are experiencing right now, the rainy weather. Look at the water sprinkling or splashing through the tires there. Very nice effect, right? Look at the water droplets on the windshield. Very realistic. Look at the sky above. All of this is thanks to Project Next-Gen. There is a new update, now 0.7, of the Project Next-Gen Photorealistic Experience. Unfortunately, this is still early access, and you can only get a copy of it if you buy it, €9.99. So basically it's still payware. But in my opinion, very well worth it. I love it. Very natural, very easy on the eyes, and I'll be keeping it for the foreseeable future. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go and discuss Idaho. What have you guys seen so far? Idaho is very much in hype right now. I'm super hyped about Idaho. I'm sure you guys are as well. I know some videos have come out already. Fox on the Box already has an Idaho video. Oh my goodness, I'm jealous. And the Squirrel already streamed it. Some of the SCS employees, Sissel, streamed it. I think what is his name? Trucking Dog or Trucker Dog? I forgot the actual name. He has, he has some videos as well. These are SCS employees. Slow down here. There you go. And yeah, it's all looking great. I have not really watched them, so I want to discover them on my own, but I do want some insights. So what I did instead is to go through the SCS forums. There's a thread there discussing specific Idaho stuff, the complaints, the first impressions from what they've seen. And as always, there are varying discussions, varying opinions about them, and that's what's amazing about the community. We are such a diverse community, coming from different backgrounds, different nationalities, different occupations, different philosophies in life, that there is never just really one thought, and that's what's amazing to see. So some people are happy, some people have complaints, as always, But that's a good thing because that helps things keep forward. Do I even know English? That helps with the things to keep moving forward. That's the best I can do. So yeah, let's go through some of these complaints, some of these insights. So first impression, Idaho looks very small. There seems to be a very limited amount of roads, because the first thing when anyone streams, when anyone does a video, someone asks is, can I see the map? Right? And the streamer would open up their map, show Idaho. So we have a lot of those maps going around now. We have one in Discord, we have some in the forums. And if you just look at the map, it is not very impressive. There are so few roads in there compared to what someone might expect from a map DLC. But then again, I think it is justified because it is really how Idaho is in real life. And that's what's amazing about these discussions in the forum. Because for me, as an outsider, I've never been to Idaho. I've never been anywhere near Idaho. So I am as an outsider, as much as an outsider as anyone can think of. So I don't have an opinion of my own about comparing it with real life, but some people do. And some people are saying, well, the map is small. There should be more roads. But then some people are saying, well, that's how it is in real life. But then the counter argument is, why is this road not there? This specific road? Yada yada. And the counter argument is either it's not in Idaho per se, maybe it's in Montana, the neighboring state, the state right next to Idaho, or maybe it is in Idaho but it's not really truck friendly. And I almost missed my turn, sorry about that, sudden swerving. So yeah, there are a couple of discussions there. I will try and link. What is a very dangerous maneuver. Thankfully, we were lucky. There were no cars. What was it? Yeah, I will try to link to the SES forum thread so you guys can read up on your own. It has so many insights there. Very nice. I remember there being a post by Rabbinicus, for example, sharing the trucking routes in real life of the map of Idaho. So it highlights the roads that are legal for trucks or transit routes or something along these lines. And if you compare that map to what is in Idaho, what SCS made for Idaho in-game, it is very accurate. So there are complaints that there are missing roads, but I think from a trucking point of view, really, it's actually spot on. And it's the best we can do. So yeah, SCS has some limitations in what they can do. They are mainly limited. They're bound by reality. They can, like, how do you say? They can somehow, to a very limited point, utilize their creative freedom. But whenever they do that, for sure, someone will complain. And if they don't do it, someone will complain that it's not fun enough. So they're always in a bind that they can never please anybody, and this is a very common thing in life. So I think what SES is doing, and this is just my observation, but I think it's a very, very fair observation to make, is that SES is trying to stay as much as possible close to reality. So even if someone complains, they can justify it that, well, we're trying to make it as realistic as possible. So even though maybe adding this road would be more fun, would make more sense, it's not really realistic. And in real life, trucks won't really drive through there. So that's a good argument. And even though that will not please everybody, it will still be justified in my opinion. So I think that's the route they're taking. But yeah, there's this one particular road from Salmon to Grangeville. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong, I have to research these pronunciations first. There is this road that connects those two cities or towns, and it's not there in game, but it is there in real life. Now there could be a number of factors for this. It could be it's not there because it's not really part of Idaho. This road actually crosses over to Montana. So it could be a very good reason why it's not in game, because we are getting Idaho DLC after all, not Montana DLC. Although from that point of view, it shouldn't really restrict SCS from doing that, because they've done it before. I remember driving through, some roads in Oregon where you actually cross over to Idaho, if you remember that. I think we've had a stream about that, and I thought initially that it was something new, but apparently that's been there even before, way back when Oregon released. So they can include some parts of different states. Ooh, actually have roundabouts in here. So you can include some parts of other states. So that's not really a valid excuse that it's part of Montana, so it's not there. If it makes more sense to include it even with Idaho, then they can easily do that, because they've done it before. So I don't think that's the reason. What might be another reason is it's not really a trucking route. Basing on the map that Rubinicus gave, it doesn't seem like that road is there. So my understanding is it shouldn't be. Yikes, should have given way to this guy, but he stopped, so I'll go for it. Yikes, almost hit the post there. I still am not used to this trailer. What are we carrying? Live cattle. Well, they got a bit of a shock there. Man, and let's take a moment to appreciate the scenery here. Can't remember the last time I drove through here, but in this profile I definitely haven't. That's why it was grayed out. But it looks so good, right? And a while ago when we were passing through those mountains, so very scenic. It is getting dark though, and we might have to sleep. And normally with this kind of short journey you won't be able to sleep at all, because oh my goodness, this was not built for a truck. I have to climb a curb again, but we can give it as much space as possible. There you go. And did I see a rainbow? I think I did. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Nice addition to Project Next-Gen. So yeah, I don't think that road is trucking friendly, and that could be a more viable argument why it's not there, or maybe simply they didn't have enough time to implement all those roads. Maybe it will come in the future, we'll see, because SCS has been known to add a few roads here and there with each update, and that could easily be just maybe not a priority, but it's something that they can do in the near future. We'll see how that works, but for now it's not there. But yeah, I think in order to enjoy Idaho, we need a bit of expectation setting. It's not going to be a state that has like so many happenings inside that you go through the different cities one by one. You can still do that, but there will be some dead ends, and you'll have to go back the same way you came, or maybe there are no alternate routes, there's only a single road. But this looks like how it is in real life, so we have real life limitations, so to speak. And so I think we have to look at Idaho in a different way. That Idaho was meant to be a transit state. This is a state that serves its main purpose, at least in the trucking world, okay? Not saying anything bad about Idaho itself, but when trucking, It serves its purpose best as a transit state, as in that state you pass through when you are going from one state to another, like from, I don't know, Utah to Oregon, or Arizona to Washington. So you have more options instead of doing like a detour across California or Nevada. You can have a more straight route going north or going south, wherever. And you get to pass through some amazing sights on the way, because even though the number of roads are limited based on the map, the quality of the roads, how they look, based on the descriptions, I haven't seen them myself, but based on the descriptions, they are like, I guess jaw-dropping is a close enough description. So I think it's a very good implementation by SCS. So I don't have complaints there. One sec, because I think we can sleep here and enjoy more of the sights, because right now it's pretty dark, not as scenic, not as enjoyable. And with my mod, I installed the mod that increases the time limits of all jobs. I think I should be on this side. Just don't hit that guy. There you go. If you look at the time limit, even though it's a short job, we will have 12 hours more. So I think it doubles the job limits. And that's perfect for me, because I don't really want those jobs where you're in a rush. I just want to take my time, do sightseeing, sleep when I need to, so I can enjoy the sights more. And yeah, this seems to be the perfect mod for that. I forgot the name, improved ATS, improved delivery time, something like that, but it is in the mods list. So go check it out in the video description. It is a Steam mod, so very hassle-free. Just press subscribe and activate it. No more going through shady mod sites and whatnot. So check it out. It's available for both ETS2 and ATS. I've started implementing and using that, and I don't think I will be letting go of it anytime soon. Oh my goodness, now it's super dark. Wow, pitch black. I guess it is quite real, huh? On a moonless sky, on a very maybe overcast situation with thick clouds, the moonlight won't seep through. Or maybe it's a new moon, or something of that, something to that effect. I'm seeing more of these triple trailers in traffic. I like it. Don't think those have been there before. Okay, but don't worry. Sleep is coming. We might be a bit late though, because we need 2 hours to deliver this. 100 miles, 2 hours. We have 11 hours left, so we would be sleeping for 8 hours. So we would probably have like 3 hours after we sleep. It's going to be close. Going to be really close. Right. We can sit through here. Catch you guys in the morning, and we'll continue discussing about Idaho. Setting expectations. Ah, beautiful. Yes. So let's see. 1 hour. Yikes. Yeah, that's not going to be good. 1 hour 35, and we need 2 hours. We're going to be late, definitely. We're still late, but not as late as we would have been if we didn't have the mod in there. If we didn't have the mod in there, we probably have no income already. Being so late. Let's pass through. But I also noticed, I'm not sure if they changed it in 138. There seems to be a lot more cars on the road. I don't have any traffic mods, but yeah, it seems like the roads are more filled. So I think they have been improving that as well. My goodness, that looks great. That's the thumbnail shot right there. Beautiful. I'm happy I went through this road. Alright. What else? So aside from the limited number of roads, I think one more complaint is the lack of new industries. Usually when we get a new state, the industry that they're well known for is added. Like, what was it? Like in Oregon, or was it in Washington? Some logging industries have been introduced. I think in Idaho we don't have such a thing, but I think we do have something to that effect. Because we have, so based on the discussion, and I didn't really research this myself, so take this with a grain of salt, but I think Idaho is known, one of the industries is technology. I think they have a company called Micron Industries, or Micron Technologies, something along these lines. And so the expectation is that is part of the DLC. And it does seem like it's part of the DLC, but it comes in the form of an existing company. If you are familiar with Charged, that company in ATS, that fictional company, Charged, the one, I think it has a blue and yellow logo, if I remember correctly. So that makes a comeback in Idaho. But the good thing is, it's not just a copy-paste. I think it really has a different prefab. Why is my truck not accelerating? This guy just pulled out without looking at me. Looks like I have a very different transmission here. Very weird. Slow down. Going through some windy roads here. Some beautiful windy roads, but recommended speed here is 25 miles, so we'll continue slowing down. I think that's good enough. Yeah, Utah. Beautiful mesas and cliff sides like that one. Beautiful textures. And my goodness. SCS is stepping it up every single time, so I'm really excited to see what I can expect from Idaho. My expectations are getting high when it comes to the quality of the scenery. Quality over quantity, I think, is what they made for Idaho, because their hands are tied when it comes to the number of roads. So they can only implement the real life roads. And yeah, I think with Idaho they opted to make it beautiful, really filled it with details. So even though you have less number of roads, every time you go through them, it will be such an enjoyable experience. And I can get behind that. I would love to go through these long hauls again, and this time pass through Idaho. So I'm really excited to show that to you guys. I hope I get it soon. We'll see. But as soon as I get it, I'll make some videos. I'll try to stream it as soon as possible, because I will definitely need your inputs. As an outsider, I don't have any of these things with me. Why does my truck shift so weirdly? Like, it doesn't want to shift up. Am I locked to 10 speed? One sec, huh? Let's do something. One experiment. Diagnostics. Ethan Fuller. Yeah, I think I got the 10 speed Ethan Fuller. I think it changed with one of the updates. That's why. And the gear ratio doesn't seem like it's friendly for high speed. And we have to behave because there is a police officer right next to us. He's just waiting for us to make a mistake. So yeah, I'm not sure what changed with this transmission. But why am I using a 10 speed now? I never choose a 10 speed if I have another choice. I'll sort that out later. Please don't pull out. Please don't pull out. Thank you. Good. That was a Mack truck as well. Mack truck in AI. Love it. Says when I do get a chance, if I do get a chance to show Idaho in early access, I will have to go with my vanilla profile, as always. Whenever there is a... Yes, thank you. In my previous trial, I went through the same route as I mentioned. The recording wasn't taking place. Oh yo! What the heck are these guys doing? Good thing this Mack has amazing brakes. That was a close call. I had to really step on the brakes there, almost full. Hopefully the cows are okay. Hopefully they were wearing their seatbelts. Alright, but we're good. We're good, and we're going. And of course I forgot. I lost my train of thought because of that incident. Yeah, the first time I drove through here, I wasn't recording. And I had to stop through that way station. Anyway, so I was saying something about, yeah, going with the vanilla profile. I will for sure miss my mods. But it's a must. It's part of the mandate from SES that when you feature a DLC ahead of the official release date, if I do ever get it a few days in advance, then I will have to drive with no mods in. So we stick with vanilla, and that's actually a good thing because we'll get a chance to see what really the pure experience has to offer. And I know, like me, many of you guys are fans of mods, but sometimes we overdo it. And sometimes we lose track of what's there and we improve something that doesn't need improving anymore. Because SES does like to have these sneaky updates from time to time. Change something in the skies, change something in the lighting, add a bit of traffic here, improve, quote unquote, improve the AI logic a bit here, add a bit of road, you know, the sneaky updates that are not really part of the changelog, but they are there nonetheless. So the only way you can really notice them is if you drive in vanilla. And then from there, we find what we find lacking, we find what we want to change, and then we start adding back the mods one by one again to answer them. So each time, the mods list is going smaller and smaller because SES is starting to implement those things themselves. And so yeah, it's going to be a perfect time to step back, see how the situation is, see which mods we really still need, and which mods we can live without. So that's going to be something I'm looking forward to. And it would be nice to compare, for example, the default weather, like how this looks. Beautiful, by the way, with Project Next-Gen. Compare it with how the vanilla weather looks and see how much we like this one more. If there is a difference that we can visually notice. Easily notice visually. You get what I mean? We're almost there. Nice. But yeah, I don't think I remember passing through these roads in Utah before, but that might just be my goldfish memory. But yeah, I have enjoyed driving through this route twice today. Even though you only get to see it once, I've driven through it twice. And it's no problem for me. I enjoy it. I enjoy sharing my thoughts with you guys. And I enjoying seeing your comments and reacting and letting me know what you think about these things. So, looking forward to your comments. And speaking of your comments, let me go on a different topic as we end the episode, as we arrive at our destination. Thank you for chiming in on that silent trucking conundrum. You might have seen that recent poll I did. I made a post yesterday asking if you wanted to keep the silent trucking name. The series will for sure continue, but it's the name I wasn't sure of. Because initially, yeah, the name is Silent Trucking. I think a lot of people know that series by now. You have a lot of videos on that. It's basically trucking like this, but without my commentary. So you get to focus more on the truck sounds, the blinkers, the AI, like all the environmental sounds instead of my voice. And some people like that better. It's more relaxing for them, and I am perfectly okay with that. That's why I have both kinds of videos coming out in the channel. Some people like this, some people like the other one, And so I try and mix and balance them so everybody is happy. But yeah, recently I've gotten a couple of comments that complain about the silent trucking name, because they say when it's silent, it has to be silent. You can't roar the engine when it's silent trucking. Oh, this is a different parking than when I first drove here a while ago. Earlier we had to park through there. Now we park through here. That's fine. So, 1 second. Is that forklift really blocking my way? And then I have to park here. Oh, yikes. Blind side. Reverse kind of deal. I think I do. I think what I can do is I can reverse through here. Go around. And see. Maybe I get a better angle that way. Let's try it. So yeah, some people were complaining about silent trucking because they like it to be silent really. Like it's a bit misleading. Silent, but the engine roars at you first few seconds of the video. And so I thought maybe silent trucking would not be the best name. Maybe we should rename it. Maybe it should be ASMR trucking, you know. If you're familiar with ASMR, don't ask me what the acronyms mean, but you probably have heard of it. So I was thinking of changing ASMR trucking. I asked it in the stream last Friday. Some people or one person, some people said, yeah, you should change it. And so I tried changing it, but I got a couple of questions about that. So I made a poll, and then I said, do you want to keep silent trucking or do you want to change to ASMR trucking? And the votes have been overwhelming. Thank you for participating in that, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know your thoughts on it. It's great when I can get your thoughts on something and we can all go with something that the majority of people would like. So that's really helpful. And yeah, it has been an overwhelming vote to keep the silent trucking name, because a lot of people understand it. Not a lot of people have get wrong. Oh yeah, I think I hit the forklift. The parking earlier was much easier than this one. I think I'll have to go through the road here. Just lower that window down so I can peek out. Nobody crash into me, please. Let's see. Okay. Now the forklift is away from us. That is a forklift, right? Or pallet carrier. Forklift, yeah, I think that's a fair name. Anyway, so yes, we keep silent trucking as it is. A lot of people know what it's for. And I love the comments, so thank you for that. Some people are saying, for those who are complaining, if you like it silent, you can always mute the video, or you can always lower the volume of the video. And that's true, that's fair. I mean, that is a part of the YouTube capabilities for the player. You can always say lower the volume. You can always mute it outright if you don't want any sounds at all. And for those who want some sounds, they can keep the truck sounds. But yeah, the silent trucking is very clear for most of the people that it means no commentary, but the sounds, the game sounds will still be there. So thank you for that, guys. And yeah, I try to make it every episode of silent trucking, we have that in the title. I include there the no commentary clause just to make it absolutely clear, so you know what you're getting into and you can choose which one you like better. This is not the best one. It's still a bit off, I think, but I think we're a bit closer. So let's adjust here. This is a very tricky parking, huh? Interesting. A bit sharper turn, I think. So we can fix this. Does that work? It should be okay. Let's adjust a bit more. Yeah, that should do it. There you go. There we go. Okay, I can take that. So, as always, thank you for the comments, guys. I appreciate it. Keep them coming. And yes, let me know what you think about Idaho if you've seen some of them already. And stay tuned to the channel. I will for sure feature some Idaho content, early access content, as soon as I can. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Hit that bell icon so you get some notifications when I do release some of the videos or do a live stream. Any live stream I do will be in Twitch though. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. 57 minutes. I think I ended up the same time as my first run through. I'm still recording, right? Okay, perfect. I don't want to repeat this again. My voice is getting all used up. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry we don't have Idaho yet, but I think we've discussed a lot of Idaho insights, and hopefully you find that useful. Let me know what you think and if you have some insights of your own. Till then, Clumsy Trucking, and catch you in the next episode. Thanks and bye bye, guys.